Would you be surprised if I told you most people still haven't logged on to ChatGPT and have not even used it one time? Most people. They say, Pat, that's not even possible. I'm hosting an event at the Boca Resort with 230 entrepreneurs. These are guys that are doing $1 million to $200 million per year. These are business guys. 100 employees, 50 employees, 300 employees. I said, raise your hand if you've never used ChatGPT. People raised their hands. I said, stand up. They stood up. 80% of the room stood up. Then the other 20%, I said, those of you guys that are using it regularly, give us ideas on what you're doing. And everybody was blown away. Today, I'm going to give you 7 ways you can use AI to speed up the growth of your business. If you get value at the end of the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it. Point number 1, risk and legal. So they did a crazy experiment, taking a group of top lawyers competing against AI, gave them 4 hours to review documents to see which one of them, after reviewing it, would have the highest success ratio of how much information they retain. Well, the lawyers took 92 minutes and AI. You know how long it took? 26 seconds. Then they took the test. You know what the success ratio on the test was? The lawyers got an 85% success ratio and AI 95%. Lawyers can't even directly compete with AI anymore. So how are people using AI for risk and legal? Here's what they're doing. It can help answer complex questions, scanning vast amounts of legal documentation, drafting, reviewing annual reports, identifying clauses within contracts, and compared with other documents. And matter of fact, recently, according to Statista, 58% believe using AI allows for more consistent decision making in a significantly shorter time frame. So if you're not using AI for that, that's one of the ways to leverage AI. All right, number 2 is customer service, which is, you've been to many different websites. When the thing pops up on the bottom right, you're like, oh, okay, here's a question that they want to ask you. And some people say, well, does that even really work or not? Here's what it comes down to. In my business, I sold insurance. I've sold a lot of different products over the years, but I have an FAQ. Real estate has an FAQ. Mortgages has an FAQ. Every business has an FAQ, but for the most part, if you ask somebody, give me the most common questions people ask, and they'll say, these are the 90% of the time it's these 5 questions. Perfect. AI knows the answer to those 5 questions, and it'll respond back to the customers asking those questions based on a chatbot that they have. And according to Salesforce, 23% of customer service companies are currently using AI. And on top of that, here's what IBM just said. Using AI bots, the chatbots, can reduce your customer service costs by as much as 30%. So if you're not using it right now, this is one of the easiest ways to save some money. Number 3 is training and getting content out of it. So if you look at ChatGPT, there's a couple different things that people are doing. I know right now thousands of people that are making TikTok videos by simply asking ChatGPT, what are 10 topics for finance that's going viral right now for me to create that works very well on TikTok? And it'll give you boom, 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 boom. Give me 10 scripts on financial words that are going viral on TikTok for a video for me to make. It'll give it to you. What are top 10 common objections that a realtor gets when selling a home to a luxury community $1 million above? Creating meal plans that does it for you. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be your personal trainer. If I want to tone up and lose 100 pounds, I'm 220 pounds right now. What do I need to take away from my diet to be able to reduce my body fat percentage? You can pretty much talk to this thing. It'll give it to you. But this is the point with training. If you're somebody that's training your guys, managers, 7 mistakes managers make when trying to address conflict, gives it to you. Again, I can go on and on and on. But the whole point is, a recent statistic that came out from employees is 49% of employees working at companies want to be trained on how to use AI, and they don't. This is one of the things that you can start testing ChatGPT to help you out with that a lot of people are using today. There's this one stat that's going around that's got a lot of people concerned, saying 20% of all jobs are going to be replaced in the next 5 years by AI, and people are reacting to it in 2 different ways. 1, they're panicking, doing nothing about it. 2, people are taking courses to learn on how to get better at AI. One of the ways people are doing it is through Udemy. Udemy has over 200 courses to choose from, 100 specific on AI. One of them that they have with 23,000 reviews on Udemy is called Artificial Intelligence A through Z 2023, Build an AI with ChatGPT 4. If you're somebody that doesn't know that much about AI, that's running a business, you're in a very competitive environment, you may want to take this course on Udemy or others and learn for yourself on how to use AI to accelerate your success of your business. Having said that, there's a link below you can click on to learn about these courses and get a discount as a value tenure. So if you haven't yet started, click on a link below, go to Udemy, start your courses now. Number 4, you can use AI for data. And by the way, for me, some of the best hires I've ever made is anybody that's been a business analyst on predictive analytics. The data they give me, I can sit there and look at it and say, you know what, this pattern I'm seeing, we're not doing this good on this way. I'd like to be able to make projections better on this thing here. According to Forbes, the most recent research indicates that a combination of AI and big data can automate nearly 80% of all physical work, 70% of data processing work, and 64% of data collection tasks. So think about if it gathers the intel and it says to you, what would it be worth you to know that your best-selling hour of the week is Thursdays at 4:28. From 4 to 5 is your best hour. Well, you can get that kind of data, right? What would it be worth you for you to know, what months you do best, or what hours you do best, or your audience, where it's coming from, and it does it all for you automatically because it's AI. Again, unfortunately, this takes jobs away from a lot of people today that are doing predictive analytics because AI is going to do that job for them, but you may as well start using it because this is not going away. Number 5, sales and marketing. Remember how I explained to you point number 2 was around customer service, how you can use a chatbot to answer the questions, which is more like reactive. Is there any questions I can answer to you? Yes. What about this? You can do this. What about that? You can do that. What about this? You can do that. Have I been able to answer all your questions for you? Yes. And it goes away, right? Now imagine on the sales and marketing side for AI, this thing can now go and see when you're on a page that you're clicking on, what you're clicking prompts, there's interest in this product, but you haven't bought yet, and asks you a more specific question because it's proactive to say, I notice you're looking at an SUV here. Is there any specific color you were looking for? I'm looking for a white one. Great. What is the best number to get a hold of you to contact you so we can give you more answers to your questions? So the customer service is reactive. The sales and marketing AI that they're creating is now proactive, takes the customer off, and somebody can call to set them up so the closers can close. So they're also using that AI for sales and marketing sides nowadays that's essentially taking the setter out in the sales process, and this sets you up for somebody to close a deal. And matter of fact, according to Harvard Business Review, using AI in this area increases leads by more than 50% and reduces call time by 60 to 70% because a lot of that has already been addressed by AI. This next one's kind of weird because it's copywriting and SEO optimizers, which, by the way, a lot of the copywriters you're hiring right now, and they're working for you, and you're thinking they're spending hours writing. They're not. They're actually using ChatGPT because they're able to take 20 customers now they can manage, where it used to be 4 because they were actually manually writing. So they're generating more income. So if you're able to understand how to use ChatGPT, you don't necessarily need a copywriter. You can literally ask, I need 10 titles for a video. It'll give it to you. You can ask, give me 5 examples of a great mission statement for a real estate company targeting middle income families and wanting to have their dreams become a reality for first time homeowners. Boom. Here's all these mission statements. Anyways, you can use ChatGPT for so many different ways for copywriters and save yourself $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 per year for a copywriter because AI does that for you. This last one you're probably already using and you may not even be aware of it, but you can even take it to a whole different level, which is automation. You can create rules for emails. You get an email and somebody says something, you can create different rules on how to respond. If they say a question that's being asked about this, respond back with the following answer and send this brochure to them or a link to a video, or, I'm going to CC my assistant here so he can get a time to get on a calendar with you. And all of that can be automated with different rules that you create, and answer within 5 minutes. Don't answer right off the bat. Do it within 9 minutes. Listen, there's so many different things you can do with the automation side. And some of us are going through right now on Facebook. Say you have a group and a lead comes in and they have a phone number. It can automatically be automated to go into HubSpot or somebody from sales. Again, this is something you need to take a course to learn more about what's going on with AI, because based on the meeting I had this last week at Boca Resort, and I asked this question, all I realize is there's not enough people using AI right now. And by the way, again, the community that says, well, I'm scared because of what it's going to do. It's been around for a while. It's just accelerating. And if you don't, trust me, your competitors are using AI.